So that's where you became popular then.
I was popular in Benin before going for that event.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I came back, everybody, because it was live on IP TV. So people like, I saw you on TV, I saw you on TV. Even on that stage, some people called me. That, are you the one I'm watching on TV? I said, yes, I'm the one.
Yeah. That's crazy. How do you balance balance working in education while building your identity in the entertainment and fashion industry?
Yeah, the thing is, I think for like 4 years now, I reduced my involvement in entertainment drastically. Because education is another field entirely, academics,
Yes.
and your project has to be different from when you're an entertainer rather, and you have to be everywhere. So I reduced visibility thoroughly, completely, in entertainment. I focus more on education, then little of tourism. Then I think I do more of more like a speaker. I go to speak with students, people, youths, because they are the future. So
Yes.
everything that we have gotten, we have to be given back in every little way we can give back to the country. So, but most of my time has been spent on academics because we are running an institution and it's not easy to deal with students. Jesus Christ, it's not easy. So we have to deal with a lot of things and all of that.
That will be used. What's one lesson working in education and what's one lesson working in education has taught you about people and leadership?
One lesson. Is one lesson enough? Anyway, it has taught me that, okay, first, I do make my students understand that when it has to do with academics, education, your character is more important than what you know. Okay. Because most times people believe, if I have first class, that's all I can, my behavior can be bad. No. What people fail to understand is that your personality is who people see you as. Your character is your true self.
Yes.
And I would like to make an adage that character is like a smoke. No matter how you cover it, it must look for a way to come out. So I always tell my students to work more on your character. There's so many, like this gig I made mention that I got my first million. It was not because I was the best MC. It was because of my character. The guy checked that, this person is a cool person. Let me give him this. Not that there are so many MCs in Lagos you roll with would have given, but because you just check her. Because people will always check. So person. Even in Benin, I don't want to mention this of comedians and MCs that were here. And none of them can touch me when it comes to mentioning people, because when you come in for your event, if you pay for one thing, you get more than 3 or 4 stuff. So putting in that right character over time makes me realize that's why I tell my students, your character comes before your grade. Even when you have the bad grade, you have the right character, because grade is really judging based on just that school. There are some other attributes you have that cannot be graded, that cannot be written, So that is one thing. Another thing I come to understand too is the issue of leadership. I realize that most people tend to avoid leadership because they don't want to be accountable. And that is one of the issues we are facing in Africa. And most of our leaders they are not accountable. They just want to do things their way and go. So working in this educational life made me understand that accountability is very important. Then another thing again I come to realize again in this educational field is influence. When you come to school, so many influence can come in so many ways. It's not left for you to decide, is this a good influence? Is it a bad influence? But some students along the line, they forgot about the reason why they are here. Like, let me enjoy my life. And from that, there's thin line between enjoying your life and destroying your life. So if you are not careful, you fall into it. So that's it.
Oh, that's very nice. How I noticed that in all your events, or I noticed that you're always on point with your dressing.
Okay. Actually, I won Fashionista of the Year May 1st, 2021. Yeah. Yeah. What's the name of this award? Maybe award, yeah. Fashionista of the Year. Yeah.
When did you realize that fashion was something you have to take serious?
Okay, it was as a dancer, because I started dancing 2006. So something happened. I have so many stories. When you've been, we have so many experiences. We went for we were just street guys that just dance on our own. So every Friday we do something like talent hunt. My guys, I grew up in Nigerian. My guys, so if you can sing, they sing. If you can dance, you dance. If you can do this, you do this. So that's what we do every Friday. So me and some guys we do dance. So on the 24th of we used to call it Wash Night of December. So I was dancing. You know they would do street carnival. You know the way Lagos is now. They did carnival. So I was dancing. There was one guy that came to check for his friend in that my area. So the guy sent somebody to call me. So when I got there, I was like, sorry, I was discussing with my friend I came to see. She told me that you live in this Ajibile. I said yes. He said you don't dance like somebody from Ajibile. I said, he said yes. He said, okay, what will happen is you will get my number. We need to see. He's a gospel artist. That if I can bring people together as a dancer, there is one competition that's coming up that we can enroll for. I was like, okay, fine. I remember I used to do talent number, so I spoke with two of my guys. I think Ezekiel, Elas, and who is it? Effiong. No, Steven. I spoke with them. So we were three. So because the guy is a gospel singer, so we gave ourselves a gospel name, Step Saint, like we step like saints. So we went for the competition. The audition we qualified to the final. The tailor we gave clothes to sew did not sew it. So on that day we went to meet him on our way. He said he has not sewn the cloth. So we had to use singlets, ordinary singlets to dance. So we took second because of costume. After the one, we went to scatter the shop. So I understand the importance of what costume is. So the next competition we had, you know, I took my school fees. Then the school fee was 15,000 naira. Imagine how many years ago. That should be around. This is 2026. This I'm telling you is around 2018. 2017, because I finished my secondary school 2018. 2017, that should be almost 19 years now. So I took my school fees, went to go and buy costume for my guys. We see us, our shoe, sharp. So we won the competition. So after winning the competition, a lot of people got our contact, so shows started coming in. So I told them that the fact that we're from Ajibile doesn't mean we think like Ajibile people. The fact, even the person that saw me asked me, are you from Ajibile? And I said yes. So that's where I got the name TUSH from. You know, the fact that when we go to events on the island, like then we really be Peace Square basket mouth as a dancer. We go to shows that they are attending, and people like, where are you guys from? Say Ajibile, sir. It's a lie. You guys look TUSH. You guys don't. That's why I picked the name. Is that TUSH? Yeah. You guys look TUSH. You guys don't look like people from Ajibile. So in order for me to prove it to people, that's why I was using TUSH Ajepako. Like I am an Ajepako person that was TUSH. But when I wanted to start MC 2013, I said, and I removed the Ajepako and I added MC TUSH. So from then, you know, even when I started the MC TUSH, then the first event I had, can I start searching for the picture? I went to Lagos Island to buy the costume, one suit, polo. I think it was the GB University, their dinner, one stuff like that. So the reason I make sure I dress it, because I asked myself that how will people differentiate me when they started calling myself MC TUSH? I need to fit into that name. So when they introduced me on that day, the first time they are saying somebody new, I went on stage, we're like, oh, this guy look good. So, you know, the compliment alone made me, I told myself, any show I'm having, I must make sure at least 50% are going into what I put on. So it always makes me, when I appear anywhere, oh, this guy, even if anything I want to say is not funny, my look alone will make you get carried away.